as the Bharat Jodo Yatra entered its 100th day, Rahul Gandhi used the occasion to attack the government on the Tawang face-off. Speaking in Rajasthan, Rahul Gandhi first accused the media of deliberately trying to hush up the matter and when asked a question, launched a no-holds-barred attack. He says that while China is stockpiling weapons and preparing nothing less than war, India is sleeping and is in a denial mode.
जिन्होंने हिंदुस्तान के 20 जवानों को शहीद किया, जो हमारे जवानों को अरुणाचल प्रदेश में पीट रहे हैं, उनका पूरा प्रिपरेशन चल रहा है और प्रिपरेशन युद्ध का है। हिंदुस्तान की सरकार सोई हुई है। इस बात को हिंदुस्तान की सरकार सुनना नहीं चाहती है।
Well, interestingly, while Rahul Gandhi claims that China is prepared and India is sleeping on the China threat, his own fellow parliamentarian countered his argument, who asserted that our forces are always aware and on high alert when it comes to a threat, especially posed by the Chinese PLA.
हवाई जहाज को तैनात किए जाते हैं इसलिए कि हम तैयार हैं ये संदेश चीन को देने के लिए। हम क्यों तैयार होते हैं? क्योंकि चीन पे हम भरोसा नहीं करते। चीन की नापाक इरादे को हम किसी हालत में कामयाब नहीं होने देंगे, इसलिए हमारे फौज सतर्क है। इसका मतलब चीन कुछ करना चाहते हैं। ये
Well, Rishabh with us on the phone line. Good morning, Rishabh. Exactly when it comes to Rahul Gandhi, his statement is being contradicted by his own party men, especially when it comes to the China issue.
Definitely, if you see the statement coming in from Rahul Gandhi on the very day when the GOC of Eastern Command, Lieutenant General Kalita, said that Indian Army is all prepared and the situation is under control in the Tawang area of Arunachal Pradesh. On the same very day, Rahul Gandhi, a senior opposition leader, says that Chinese preparation is can be seen and we are doing nothing. So, this shows the intent, this shows the, seriousness among the opposition leader about the issues like as sensitive as this. His own partymen are definitely contradicting him. The government has come down heavily. The spokesperson of BJP has come down heavily on Rahul Gandhi. But the point is, when the country is standing
undermining the bravery and the valor of the soldiers is what Rahul Gandhi's statements actually talks about, but it is being contradicted by his own party leaders and MP. Thank you very much for the moment, Rishabh, for joining in. But the irony here is that Rahul Gandhi making this statement and a comment coming at a time when someone who was in his party earlier has exposed how the Congress party tried to hush up the border incidents back in 2009. So much so that it even filed FIRs against journalists for claiming that the Indian soldiers were injured in border skirmishes. Now the same party's former president is accusing the current government of being in a denial mode and also alleging a cover-up. Listen in.
The UPA government believed in putting a lid on incursions and the BJP government believed pushing back the intruders. 2009, that headline read that media advised not to overplay Chinese incursions. In fact, on September 2009, if my memory serves me right, 2 times of India reporters were the people who were threatened within FIR. And these are the strict claim.
Now, all of the charges of a cover-up and sleeping at the wheel comes at the time when the government and the army have reiterated that not an inch of Indian land that has been taken. In fact, China has been paid in the same reaction where the Indian soldiers gave the Chinese PLA soldiers a befitting reply. Let's listen in again to what the army is saying and what Rahul Gandhi's claims are.
I would also like to request you not to listen to any rumors. There have been no major injuries. It's only minor injuries to soldiers from both sides. But the local commanders were able to resolve the issue by carrying out negotiations and resorting to the existing protocols. And that was followed by a flag meeting at the delegation level at Bumla, wherein the issue has been resolved further. Presently, I would like to assure everybody that the border areas along the northern frontier is stable and we are firmly in control.
Well, the BJP is now asking that if the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation ties with China are the main reason behind him not even hesitating from contradicting and demeaning the Indian Defence Forces, because this was the fiercest attack that was made by the Union Home Minister against the Congress party, while the Congress and the opposition continued to stall the proceedings of Parliament.
रिश्वत एक तरफ से रिश्वत लेके कांग्रेस पार्टी ने राजीव गांधी फाउंडेशन को एक तरफ से रिश्वत है, पैसा लेके क्या क्या किया है ये सवाल उठाया है। और कितना लैंड कांग्रेस के कालखंड में, नेहरू जी के कालखंड में स्पेशली, और बाद में कैसे हमारा परमानेंट मेंबरशिप इन्होंने सैक्रिफाइस करके चाइना को दिया, ये सब इट इज इन फ्रंट ऑफ द पीपल एंड पीपल नो व्हाट इज हैपनिंग। एंड राहुल गांधी शुड नॉट बी टेकन सीरियसली बिकॉज ये तो कोई कुछ बोलते हैं, कोई कुछ लिख के देते हैं, वो पढ़ते हैं। आई डोंट वांट टू रिएक्ट ऑन इट।
शायद राहुल गांधी भविष्य दृष्टा होंगे और उनकी भविष्यवाणी गलत साबित होगी। चीन का तो साहस भी नहीं है हिंदुस्तान पर हमला कर। राजीव गांधी फाउंडेशन में पैसा कहां से आया था और क्यों उनका खाता ब्लॉक हुआ, और चीन के दूतावास में नाश्ता करने क्यों गए थे, ये भी देश की जनता को बता दें।
Now, with regard to more BJP reactions coming in, Shehzad Poonawalla has hit out at the Congress party again over his remark on the Indian Army, because here seems to be Rahul Gandhi's remark, who seems to be not believing neither in the version of the government where the Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh addressed both houses of parliament and gave out a detailed statement on the border skirmish that was reported between the Indian and the Chinese soldiers. Here Rahul Gandhi doesn't even seem to believe the version of the army which says that do not believe in any rumors. Let's listen in.
Today, Rahul Gandhi has proven once again that CCP does not only mean Chinese Communist Party, it means Congress's China propaganda, and INC means I need Chinese money, I need Chinese MOU, and I need Chinese propaganda. Because the kind of lies and dushprachar Rahul Gandhi keeps spreading about the Indian Armed Forces, after questioning the bravery of the forces during surgical strike, calling it physical, saying it's khoon ki dalali, doubting Valour airstrike, now Congress Party and Rahul Gandhi doubts the bravery of our soldiers in Tawang. In Tawang or in Galwan, both places our Jawans gave a haddi-tod response to China, but despite that, the Congress Party is attacking the manobal of our forces. This is the same Congress Party that took the Chinese money, signed an MOU with China and gave away 38,000 square kilometers of our land in Aksai Chin.
So are the hands of our forces really tied? But over the last 2 years, India has ramped up its infrastructure, its operation capability, its projects in the northeast at a record pace. And it is not just us saying that. Data from the government on projects in the northeast show how various projects have been initiated and completed at breakneck speed. Now, whether it will be the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, the Garam Sadak Yojana or the Ayushman Yojana, the attempt is that both land and people of India's northeast must be given the fullest benefit of Indian government support. And as far as how the forces at the LAC have their hands being strengthened, watch this ground report, because of the proof of the pudding is in the eating.
Times at work has reached 13,000 feet above the sea level, and as you can see, the weather is changing, and this snow, which has been converted into ice, is certainly been there for almost 15 days. But the big question is the credibility and the effort which have been put in by our forces. Walking in the extreme weather is certainly difficult for the forces. But the fact remains that the Raksha Mantri himself has come out and stated, given a statement before the parliament, that our forces has been on high alert, and any kind of possible movement or any kind of engagement which is coming out from the Chinese PLA will be countered then and there. This is not the India which is of 1962. This is the India of 2022. The fact remains that along in the Tawang region, which is of more than 8,000 kilometers of stretch of the line of actual control, the Indian army has been on a dominant position. And as the weather is changing, suddenly it is getting more and more extreme for the armed forces to guard it. But while walking and talking to the armed personnel here, the morale is high. They know that they have taken the revenge of the Galwan incident in Tawang sector, and once again across the line of actual control in Tawang, they will be praised here, so that any kind of possible engagement which is being attempted by the Chinese to have some sort of mileage over the international fraternity can be countered then and there.
Now, amid increased security challenges posed by China, we are hearing that the United States State Secretary Antony Blinken has also tweeted saying that the United States has now launched a State Department's new Office of China Coordination. And this office draws on the expertise from across the department to help implement the comprehensive strategy to responsibly compete with the People's Republic of China while advancing an affirmative vision for the region and for the world. So in a way, Srinjoy, good morning. US taking an important step when it comes to addressing national security and the role of China here.
Yes, undoubtedly. And the important thing here to note is the fact that this is really a way America is saying that we recognize China as the most important threat as far as the next 20 or 30 years are concerned. That's really the most important point here, that it is recognition of China's importance and recognition of how threatening China can be in the future. That is how America sees it. That is how America works on it, because America now realizes that China is really the key. This is something America has been looking at in the past. The pivot to the Indo-Pacific was primarily because of China and the threat China poses not just to the Americans but also to its allies like Japan, like South Korea, like the Philippines,
Absolutely,
and so on.
Because while the border skirmish that was reported between India and China, United States had also been one of the first countries to respond on the Chinese threat and had been saying that they were monitoring the situation very closely between India and China. So Srinjoy, for the moment, thanks very much for joining in. But as far as the political updates here are concerned and the kind of criticism that is being raised on the statement that has been made by Rahul Gandhi, it is the Union Law Minister Kiran Rijiju who has now slammed the Congress MP in a tweet saying that Rahul Gandhi is not only insulting Indian Army but damaging nation's image. He is not only a problem for the Congress party but he has also become a huge embarrassment for the country. We are proud of our armed forces, unquote. So that is what Kiran Rijiju here, and in fact tagging to that very video where Rahul Gandhi could be seen in Rajasthan as the party marked 100 days of the Bharat Jodo Yatra, where he made those comments, especially when it comes to the border skirmishes, the China angle, and what he thinks of the Indian Army that has garnered a lot of criticism from the BJP and also from the Army's version as well. Here is the Union Law Minister who has slammed Rahul Gandhi for his comments, saying that we are proud of our armed forces. We'll be back after a short break.